Hi everyone. Welcome to Simple Life. Today we have a very special guest with us. It's an honor to have him with us because what inspired me about this person. First of all, he has a lot of fan followings, and you'll be amazed to know the fan followings is not about adults only. He has a lot of children who love him, who adore him. His name is Mayank Solanki, who has been into TEDx twice as a speaker. Talking about him as a speaker because he's here today, but because of something he spoke in his first TEDx, which he was hardly 25, 1 years of age. He spoke about something about youth, about building characters, and all those things at such a young age. Moreover, what is another factor which inspired me to have him and request him to be a part of Simple Life, this initiation, when he shared with me, he wanted to build a temple in every school. Temple not in terms of having statues, idols of any god or goddesses, but actually the teachings what is of there, a Buddha, be it Jesus, be it any god. He want that teachings to be implemented in the school, and that's where he's a founder of Valid Education, Value Education. So let's welcome Mayank Solanki. Hi Mayank, welcome to Simple Life.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor for me to be interviewed by you and to share my story and something which I have learned on the way. Thank you so much for having me.
Mayank, I would like you to start with your, what exactly are you doing with your profession right now, and introduce to the viewers.
Sure. I'm the founder and CEO of an organization called ValEd Initiatives, and I've devoted my life towards building positive, stronger, and healthier character in children specifically, but I also work with their families, with the teachers. And for me, it's about building righteousness, building positivity, 21st century values, skills, which are not religious or political in any nature, but those things which will make our world a happier, safer, and a pleasant place to be in. And I do this through education as my you could say a tool. And I always believe in innovation, so I essentially am in the field of thinking about newer and more unique ways of teaching both age old wisdom and new wisdom to children and to families and to people in ways that they can remember and can bring a change and transformation in their life and also in the world around us. So yeah, in a short 1 minute, that's what I do.
Wow, that's so interesting because you spoke about transformation in the lives of people that you're looking at, even just because you're educating children and the whole transformation you can witness in the whole family also coming about. This is something beautiful, in fact, because education system of India really needed something of the kind. But I have one question behind, because this is something very unique you have picked up. I have rarely heard of people doing this kind of thing. I remember we had model science as a subject in our schools, but completely devoting something revolving our education system. What you are doing is revolving around this morals, values. So how did you get inspired? Was there someone in your family who was into education, or what? How did you get inspired?
First up, let me share something about what my family is and what they do. So, my father, my brother, my bhabhi, all of them are doctors. They're eye surgeons. My uncle is the chief or the ex-service commissioner. My younger uncle is a chartered accountant. My buas have other spaces that they work in. So, no one actually in our family is related to education for like in any generation. So there's absolutely no connection in that. So it's definitely a new unique thing which I have just seen myself enter. And the inspiration for doing what it's a difficult question to answer, because I believe that there's no one single point which I can easily point out in my life where this inspiration for doing what I'm doing. I think it's the product and outcome of many experiences, realization, reflection, and then of course a lot of self-thought. And if I had to point out something, I think I would have to go back when I was a small child, probably 9 years old, when I first remember the experience of visiting eye camps with my father, who's known for doing a lot of charity work. And as a boy, I learned my first lessons of compassion, of empathy, of reality of life, that how privileged I was to have, um, you know, um, a roof over my head, education, a school to go to, food to eat, and all those things. And when I also had this interaction, I realized that there was so many people who had one not only not access to it, but not even aware of how to fix it. And for me, doing something as simple as helping them out, listening to them, I saw my father do that. Not just be a doctor who prescribed medicine, but had a hand on their shoulder and say that it's going to be okay. You're not alone, and you know we'll work it out together. That was such a beautiful thing for me to do. And also, I mean, the inspiration for me was seeing a lot of appreciation come my way. So that small 9-year-old boy, really appreciates, really feels nice when someone appreciates, claps for him, gives him a small gift for participating on a Sunday in a social service activity. So I was always introduced as our कि हमारे सबसे नन्हे मुन्ने volunteer आ जाए हैं. And I used to love that thing, and I'm being very honest about it. And that always kept me saying that, I want to go once more. I want to do one more Sunday. I want to get that smile on people's faces and also on my own face. So this kind of inspired me to do that. And when, of course, I went to college, I started doing a lot of more social activities on a weekend basis with my friends, with my colleagues, and we started making a small group around it. But ideally, the main idea of what I'm doing in education today came from the fact that so many other people like me are interested in giving back. That's a very common term which we hear, that give back to the society. But sustained giving back, I think, is a very misnomer. We tend to do this as it's like a coat which we wear once in a year, right? कि बर्थडे के दिन पे चलो मैंने किसी गरीब को खाना खिला दिया, किसी ऑर्फनेज में कुछ दे दिया. But then I don't think that is truly giving, right? Giving is an attitude, a nature, and a way of thinking and a way of living. So how do we inculcate that? And it wasn't limited to giving. From my first thought of giving, I also went to how we even treat our friends, our elders, our neighbors, our country, our streets, the world, people whom we don't know. For me, this kept on increasing. And then I realized that Hamare school mein, they've always been the subject of moral science and values education, which has been taught. But we never took it seriously. Our education system didn't take it seriously. My mom and dad never scolded me for getting a lesser grade in values education. And I realized that that's where the point I could probably make a difference. If I could help children understand not only how to be successful, but also be happy. I mean, just think about it. How many successful people were absolutely unhappy with their lives? So we know that those are two different goals. And for me, that was an amazing inspiration, that if we can make children's life fulfilling, whole, help them be the best versions of themselves, that would be a very purposeful, meaningful life. And everything just kind of came together, and that for me was a great point of choosing what I want to do.
Wow, that is beautiful. I mean, I will take some points from what all you said, very beautiful, which is really inspiring, at least for me. First of all, the sense of appreciation, it is there, which all children have. In fact, we as adults also feel like getting appreciation, because that nanne munne volunteer that you said, and the claps you heard. So that was the feeling came, okay, fine, I'm doing something good. So that is there, which, inspired you to move on ahead, although you were already there. But at the same time, giving back to the society, the second thing, which is very very important. Agar hum old generation se compare karte hain, like abhi, these values somehow we are losing, on this generation is losing. I do remember my grandparents also, used to make chapati every day, because she used to keep it for the cow. That is, I remember. We were supposed to give that bajra or something to the birds and all every day, then giving water to the sun. That is, we all used to do. So these are small values which are now, I feel like, which was rigidly being followed by every family at that point of time, is being lost. And giving back to society, as you said, where people used to go, the elders used to go, and they used to involve the family members also. This has reduced tremendously. And the way you narrated the whole thing, I was like taken aback, and not taken aback, I went back to my own past memories. This was really beautiful journey, I would say. And thank you, Mayank, because I believe, agar these kind of values we can give back, and the way you are doing it through your organization, the schools and everything, you're trying to give back to the students, making them realize these values. And the whole crux of what you said was making children happy is something very important. That is what I loved about the whole Valet system, teaching them the success lies not in just being successful in terms of achieving something outside. It is basically you're when until unless you're happy, you'll never be successful in life. My next question is, because you definitely had something, you had said the family had doctors in the family. You had, so wasn't there any point when your father felt like, my son should also be a doctor, he should support me, and that kind of thing was there?
Well, I think my father is just like any other father. He's aspirational. He would want his son also to probably live a noble life, a respected life, and to be in a profession of this thing. But I think that along with the fact that my father is aspirational, I think he was very understanding of the fact that everyone has their own choice, right? Like my grandfather was a chartered accountant, and my father is a doctor, right? So he understood the empowerment and the importance of allowing a child to be and pursue what they want. And I think he extended the same to me. And for me, that was an amazing thing. Having said that, he also noticed that, I mean, these things come that, I will let my child to be whatever they want to be. But when you start living life, right, somewhere inside that point comes that if my child and I work together, wouldn't that be amazing? अगर हमारे धंधे में हमारे बच्चे और हम साथ में करें तो और अच्छा बढ़ेगा, कारोबार और बढ़ेगा, और अच्छा काम कर पाएंगे, क्यों बाहर से लोगों को लाना? So these were very common thoughts, and my father also wished for the same. And I don't think it's wrong that he did. And honestly, I gave it a shot, right? I did study science with the objective of being able to do, become a doctor, or kind of like a CEO, or a manager or something on that slide. And but life happens to you, right? I realized that while I did have some ideas and some talents with speaking, communicating, managing, and everything, but to be a doctor is a different skill set, right? And I think that he was very clearly and very early in his life, he understood that, what's more important is that the child should be happy with the life they have to live. It's not about them, like my father living his dream through me, right? And everyone has unfulfilled dreams. आप कितना भी आपका जीवन पूरा जी लो, you will always have something unfulfilled. And often we try to live it through our children. For example, a lot of parents say that, मुझे ये मिल नहीं पाया, at least मेरे बच्चों को मिले, right? I couldn't do this, at least let my child do it. But we have to also understand that, they are individual beings by themselves, and I really recognize everyone in that manner. In fact, our if you believe in culture and the karma theory, it also means that if you are the father today and he's the son for you today, but in all probability the son is your father reborn, or your parent reborn, and so on and so forth. So everyone has their own individual journeys. But yeah, my father really supported me in that, after that, saying that, just let me know, Mayank, what is it that you want to do, which you can choose, and how I can support you is what you have to tell me, and I will also, find out. So that kind of a beautiful bond, that even if it didn't work out, that I was able to work with him or not able to work with him in the same organizational setup. And we have a group of hospitals and clinics, right? It's a great, very well set up thing. But the fact that he was open to possibilities, he was open to understanding and accepting. And I think what he also understood was that the earlier you do this, the better it is, because I get more time, I waste lesser time. And youth is the most important time of anyone's life, where they're most productive. And I think because of that support, because of my mother's unconditional love and belief in him, I think that's what every child has. Mira beta, Raja beta. And that's a beautiful thing which we have in our country, right? कि राजा बेटा ये तो करेगा, ये तो बना ही है इसके लिए. So that, I think, belief. My parents always told me what I can be, not what I am. It's a huge thing, right? कि आप आगे जाके ये करने वाले हो, आप बड़े होके ये करोगे. And it wasn't a pressure on me. It was a beautiful projection and improved my self confidence. And I believe that confidence is the predecessor of success. तो जितना self confidence किसी के अंदर आता है, right, it also grooms more abilities and outcomes in you. So this is something what I saw, and I saw that, it happened in my family, and I was very happy for the fact that my brother was able to do it, right? But just because I didn't become a doctor does not mean that I was not successful, right? Success is not just about a profession, it's about how good you are at what you're doing. So yeah.
That's really nice, because you got the support of the family. I think you're right, because the confidence, self confidence, and should be there. And uh, So I would say कि अगर हम इस पे एक crux निकालें, when the parents who are looking for कि, you know, I am an engineer or I am IAS or so whosoever, I want my son to be something of the kind. I think you're the best example to be here, who I mean definitely got the support from the family. Plus at the same time you are doing something wonderful in your own field. I'm not talking about success in terms of how much you would reach or something, but the best part about the whole story is that you're being true to yourself. And when you're following what your calling is, your passion is, definitely the chances are you will grow. Reason I believe is because when you're happy in what you're doing, you know, definitely, the success comes. That's what I truly believe in, because success is not something outside. It's something which is there in happiness. And the best part is you are helping a lot of people, and the educators, the parents, and the feedback, definitely I've seen all that. So it is beautiful which is coming, and changing life is something, giving back to societies again, where it comes back here only. And that's what the purpose of everybody is indirectly in life. When they discover the purpose, they will find this is something what they want actually in their field, whatever they do. So beautiful, Mayank. In fact, now I have a question. Like, when was it that you really realized this thing? Because, knowing that this is what you want to do, there might be some point of time now, or you were, inspired from childhood that yeah, this is what I want to do. So when was that point in your life that you wanted to, okay, fine, this is what I would like to do?
Well, if I were to be 100% honest, right, I've probably had 5 times in my life or 6 times in my life when I said, this is what I want to do. And then it changed to something else. And then I said, this is what I want to do. And then it changed to something else. मैं छोटा था, so I wanted to be a pilot. Okay, this is what I want to do. Actually, the first thing is I want to be a train driver. Right? I was amazingly excited by trains. I used to love trains. Like मुझे train driver बनना है. And I never knew engineer. Like बड़े हंसते थे कि यार ये क्या सपना है, ये train driver बनना है. And I'm like, then I got introduced to a plane. And I'm like, मुझे प्लेन ड्राइवर बनना है, मुझे पायलट बनना है. सो सेकंड चेंज, राइट. उसके बाद मुझे पता चला कि वो पायलट वो होता है, बट उसको चलाने वाला तो ओनर होता है. तो मुझे लगे नहीं, मुझे तो सीईओ बनने का, right? And then today I'm an educationist. So I've had so many times out time in my life when I say, okay, this is my purpose. I think it's a I think it's an overrated question, right? When did you realize what, like, this is what I want to do and stuff? What I probably believe was more important in this entire thing was, when did I find something which I am not only desirous of doing, but I also believe I am good at it, and I also believe the world needs it. So it's when these three things come together, I think then you find something which you can do for a long time. You can get paid for it. You can be happy doing it. And if all these three things happens, you probably will stick for a long time with it. And the reason why I say it's so important to stick to something for longest, I think that's when success comes. Success doesn't come overnight. All of us know it, right? I think Lionel Messi says a very beautiful thing. It took me 14 years to become an overnight success, right? A lot of people say that ये तो God given है, ये तो God given talent है. But मुझे लगता है कि talent which doesn't work barely works. It never works unless until you worked hard. And you need to find something which you can work long enough for. It's all those days when you don't want to go to office, when you don't want to go to work, but you're still able to push yourself saying that, no, I want to go. Whenever you find something where you don't have Monday blues, whenever you find something where you don't feel कि Sunday, Monday है, रात है, दिन है, सुबह है, शाम है, birthday है, कुछ भी है, that's the place when you really feel. And I feel that as I went through iterations, I eventually found this out. When, for example, and it very interestingly happened for me, or very weirdly it happened, that when I was dissatisfied with what I was doing, I found something which I thought I would be way more satisfied with, and I then kind of ventured out from there. So, for example, I did try working with the hospital, I did the management of it and everything, but I realized that this is not the best utilization of my talents, right? I saw that, the management styles of me and my father were different, my brother and me were different, and no matter what I did, I didn't find that kind of a joy in it. And I kind of accepted that. My father accepted that, and he said that then it's so what if it doesn't work, right? There are so many other ways of doing it. Let's just go for it. And you won't believe it, I actually did this. I stopped going to office. I stayed at home for 3 months. For 3 months, I only asked myself, I spoke to my friends, I spoke to my mentors, my guides, my professors, whoever I've worked with, who I felt gave me legitimate, authentic advice. And I use this word authentic because it's the most important thing, which is done without bias. And that's when I realized that, I reflected about all my younger age, what truly gave me happiness, what I'm truly good at, this mental SWOT analysis of sorts, whatever you call it. And I took a piece of paper and wrote it down. It's all those chaos which you have to go through. You can never get clarity without going through chaos. So embracing chaos, embracing difficulties and challenges is the best way and the fastest way of getting clarity and conviction. And that's what I did. And it's when I went through these three things, I realized, as I mentioned, that when I was in college, when I was doing all the social work, I realized that, out of if 10 people came and said that even we want to be part of your social service and these events and everything, I realized by the end of the year we wouldn't have more than one or two of them left. What happened to those 8 people? Giving was not a habit for them. It was just a nice cool thing to do. It was that wo certificate milega uske liye karte. And I said that this is something which we need from inside. We don't, and if you see about it, right? We've all heard about these things, right? That people are more interested in clicking photos of them giving something to people than the joy of actually giving to them. तो चेहरा आपका जिसको दे रहे हो उसकी तरफ होना चाहिए, ना तो कैमरा की तरफ कि
Very,
दिखाना है किसी को मैंने उसको दिया है.
very true.
So fundamental questions for me, right? And I really felt that, if we don't teach these things, right? For example, I was successful, whatever I did in my life, whether in my previous jobs, where I worked, or whatever. I wasn't successful because of an equation. I wasn't successful because of a formula or anything, or something which I knew about history. I was actually successful relatively because I was resilient, because I was focused, because I was dedicated, because I was honest, because I was able to understand what other people were trying to say. I was willing to put in effort. I was proactive. I was willing to try again if I didn't get it. And ये सारी चीजें तो स्कूल के टेक्स्ट बुक में तो थी ही नहीं, right? It was either because you saw someone inspirational like that, or because you discuss about these things in life. And that's where I got this thing that, what, this is a place to be in, because this needs to be taught in a much better way. It needs to be taught in a realistic way, in an innovative way, that we can learn it and remember it, and that's what will help us be successful in life. And that's where the idea of valid came from, that how can we teach values, life skills, culture in a way that children want to learn. कि सिखाना क्या है जानते लोग, पर कैसे सिखाना बहुत से लोग नहीं जानते.
Yeah, this
तो
is very
how,
difficult. Yeah, very difficult. Very true.
so that's what I focused upon. And I said that, if I can find positive ways that children can learn how to be good people, good sons and daughters, good friends, good employees, good employers, good citizens, that is the place for me to be in. And that would be a joy for me, that I can do every single day, get up and sing that कि मैंने आज किसी के चेहरे पे मुस्कान लाई और आज किसी के चरित्र में अच्छाई लाई. So I worked on three things: अच्छाई, सच्चाई, and ऊंचाई. So for me, these three things were amazing. And that's how I got my inspiration and my realization that, okay, now let's work on this. And one thing led to the other. And yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. Why? Because I love that three words, achai, sachai, and uchai. Very profound meaning in that. Although Mayank might have said it, I mean, he explained the whole thing, but I took few things which I felt like every child is struggling. First, Mayank told about, he wanted to be, 6 times he changed his mind, which is very much natural. This is something one can take away from this session today. In fact, this interview, that's very okay. It's okay if you are not able to decide, because you are, you don't know. And until you find the true purpose, whatever you want to do in your life, it's perfectly okay. You keep changing. That's the age, because you get inspired today. Someone you see would like to be like that, some other person you see. But the idea behind the whole thing is, Mayank, what I could feel like, because though at that 3 months of self-examination, or what self-introspection, what you went, you know, actually was the phase when the whole thing came out for you, and it was there in the platter. Now you knew that yes, the investment of that 3 months which you did, I would say, was worth doing it. Because had those 3 months of introspection would not have been there, I think this beautiful valid organization would not have been there. So second thing I would say, one thing which everybody can do in their life is, why to wait for 3 months of self introspection? I think the year 2020 has given a lot of life lessons. Why not to make it a daily habit before going to bed, you see, and just think about it. Whatever you did today, in the whole day, just reflect back. Is it aligned with, is this something what you are wanting to do in your life? is it going to make some difference? This is what is your true calling is. So Mayank, this was really beautiful. And third thing which I would say valid, which your organization is doing, what I liked about is uh, teaching values. ये तो पता है क्या करना है, सबको पता है कि ये करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, आपको नहीं पता. वी आर नॉट, वी एज अ पेरेंट्स आर समटाइम्स हेल्पलेस, वी डोंट नो, हमें पता है ये चीज सही है, बट कैसे सिखाना है इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. इट इज वेरी चैलेंजिंग. And someone like you who has introspected into all this and has come out with a beautiful thing, the frame, the way you are telling and teaching children. And definitely I'm sure when you're teaching children, the whole organization, it is impacting the lives of the parents also. And the whole the kind of vibes is not about just its students, I would say. Just imagine, I'm just imagining, the atmosphere at home. Someone, if the child comes back to me, my child comes back to me and does something in a way which I was not used to seeing her doing or doing it before, and she's doing it, I would say, wow, this is some change. And ultimately the whole aura of the family changes. So mine, this was really nice. So I want to know, because you too said, "Ki fine, this is introspection," but now begins Mayank's journey after Valid is formed. So what were the challenges you faced in your journey?
Well, I think challenges come every single day. Some people, look at it as a way that they break you. I also believe that they are a way of making you. And sometimes you have to be broken so that you can be remade. And that's a very important process of chipping away all those things and making ourselves better. Like, for example, one of the first things was that when I came up with this idea of teaching values, now that you know that you want to teach values, you want to teach those life skills and everything, the second question is how, to whom, where, when, and then all those questions. And for me, one thing has been that God always gives us so many people whom we can speak to. He always gives us network and people and whom you can just ask for guidance for. It's all about taking that first step. It's about reaching out. And that's what I did. I spoke to my first boss. I used to work in a company called Dalmia Cement, whom I'm eternally grateful to. And my first boss, Madhuri ma'am, she was an amazing influence for me. The perfect example of grace, poise, of how to be. And I really saw values in a person, a role model for me. And I said that, ma'am, I have this idea and I want to take this to children. I want to do this. And fortunately, what happened was that she said that, Mayank, I also believe in this, right? And it's obvious, right? A person who's an example of that would always want to inspire other people and share that example with them. So she said that, I'll give you this opportunity that if you can teach this to the children of the employees of Dalmia Cement, we'll start over there. And for me, that was a great opportunity, and I did. Now the challenge was this, right? Now I know who to teach, I know what to teach. But the challenge was that these people were spread across 17 different states in the entire country, and I was just one of me. Now how do I do it, right? मैंने आइडिया पिच तो कर दिया, ये तो कर दिया, मैम ने बोला कि चलो आप जाके करा दो, अब सिखाओ बच्चों को, अभी अभी जाए कैसे, करे कैसे? But you just have to start, and I literally started with just two interns, and I said that, okay, this is our project, this is what we have to do, and we just have to begin with this process. And then for the next 1.5 years, we traveled to these 17 locations, taught children, worked with parents, read books, spoke to like the top educators, I think, in the world, spiritual gurus, bankers, educationists, social people. I spoke to every possible person. I kept on making notes. I have this habit of maintaining a book. And जो भी मैं अच्छा कुछ किसी व्यक्ति से सीखता हूँ, मैं हमेशा उसके अंदर लिखता हूँ. And I kind of kept on putting this all together. And then I realized that while this is good, Mayank, you're 24 years old now. So at some point of time, I also have to think that, okay, how am I going to, what is going to be my career? Is this something which I do as a hobby? And all those questions. Now, next challenge was that how do we get people to pay, right? And in an education system where math, science, and STEM subjects is everything which is given. Remember that moral science, आज भी कोई bother नहीं करता ज़्यादा कि कितना marks आया. Drawing art ठीक है चलता है. It's good to do as hobby classes. Nothing which you take seriously. So how do you work with that space? But then I realized one thing, that if I want to do something long, remember I told you that being consistent in your work is what gives you success. So अगर लंबा काम करना है, I will have to find something which I can do in a long space. And that's where my first thing came, that okay, working with schools. Because when you work with schools, you have the students at one place, you can work with them year on year, you can show beautiful change. And the second thing was, you can't do it all alone. So, in fact, the reason why the way we work became better is because we got greater and greater challenges. So the challenge of logistics and travel made us come up with a school-based program. The challenge of not having a team made us come up with ways of working with different people. Like for example, today, though the only number of people who are actually fully employed at Valid are about 10 people, but last year we've been teaching 15,000 children every week. How did we do that? I enrolled all like-minded people who have this belief and this want to teach, right? Who are educated, and I trained them. And we came up with this model of teaching half a day for half a week. So they used to come and teach for 3 hours. They used to teach for maybe 2 or 3 days in a week. And I kind of trained them and said that, okay, let's all of us go and do this together. So it's the challenge. And this also tremendously reduced the cost. Instead of having one person fixed whom you have to pay 20 or 30,000, I was able to get the same thing done at 10 or 12,000. Now the benefit of that makes what we're offering cheaper and more affordable, which means that more adoptable also. So this is how different if it's, and the challenges are there even today. Like for example, COVID came, you won't believe this, from a revenue of if our revenue was 100 rupees last year, this year our revenue was 5 rupees compared to last year. Now again I have to sit back. It's again those thinking of 3 months. What do we do now? How do we change the model? But I truly believe that it's, again, the greater the challenge, the bigger the challenge, the better and the greater the opportunity for you to now metamorphose into the next one. So right now we are in the middle of a 50-day project thinking that, okay, now what next? Now, in fact, we've reached a place where we are not teaching children values just in India or in schools. We've actually now started teaching students in 12 countries with people from across the world. So this has actually grown more purely because of COVID, right? So it's about how
Sorry,
you look at the
interrupting
challenges.
you here, Mayank, because I have to, because what all you narrated right now, what are you sharing? This is what people should look at. I believe they all look at success side story. If I'm hearing you say today, it's day-to-day challenges everybody faces. But what comes out in the picture? You're posing and getting a certificate and award. Obviously, people share that thing. But behind that, this is what is going on. I want people to understand that thing, because the youth, especially, they want quick, instant success. I don't know. It's like microwave success, I would say. Just kuch dalo and ekdam se nikal liya. That's it, what they want. But actually,
We
the
are at
story
the
is different.
generation of 2 minute Maggie. हम लोग उसी के पले बड़े कि मैगी 2 मिनट में चाहिए अपने
Yeah,
को.
this is
But
what
that
is.
happens. Like I'll tell you something, okay? And I hope that this, like, whoever's listening and will get inspiration from this. And this is very honest, and I completely understand it. My mom hesitated for almost the first 2 years to simply tell people what I do. Because mom सोचती है मैं किस एंगल से बोलूं कि मेरा बच्चा टीचर है. बिकॉज वो इमेज टीचर की ऐसे वाइल नोबल है, बट ये भी सोचते हैं टीचर तो मतलब क्या 15-20 हजार 25 हजार कमाते होगा, मतलब उसमें कैसे घर चलाए. And
Right.
this was truly a challenge, right? And I knew, I was aware of that. But then it's in those moments that when you don't kind of bring your value to that. Like, never let a number put a value to you, because value can never be a number. It's so many intangibles along with it, and you have to accept that this comes with emotional challenges. It comes with physical challenges. It comes with comparisons. The society is based on so much of that. But if you envy society for it, right, you will live a very bitter life. ये challenges आपको बढ़ाने के लिए आई है, दबाने के लिए नहीं, right?
Right.
So this is something when we do. I always believe that लहर बदली तो किनारे बदले, और नजर बदली तो नजारे बदले. So it's very important that the way we look at things changes, and then challenges will become great stepping stones for you. And I mean, for me, as I told you, I mean, every single day there are challenges, but looking forward to it kind of, changes the whole thing, that, challenge means great, a new opportunity to grow.
Very true. I think wisdom comes by experience only. Until and unless you experience something, how would you know that thing, how to solve that thing? Because you have worked
I
with,
think
yeah,
रिफ्लेक्शन ऑन एक्सपीरियंस. जो हुआ उससे नहीं सीखते, जो हुआ उसके बारे में सोचने से, समझने से और उसके ऊपर एक्शन लेने से सीखते हैं.
exactly.
Because many people go through the same experience, but one person will think nothing and will come out the same, but another person, when they absorb it, they will come out a very different person. So that's the reason why I said that, reflection with experience is important, not just experiencing.
Yeah, not just experience. I am a follower of that thing. Very true, because I feel experience not something that happens to it. It's after that what you do about that experience, what choice you make is going to make a difference in your life. Otherwise, that experience will come again and hit you hard. until you learn from it, you will be stuck. You'll be there only. Very true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned you had in this journey, you had a mentor you had, you also met gurus, spiritual gurus. So do you think that really helped you? Because yes, obviously, that ma'am, I wish she can hear this in conversation of yours. And I know, because it feels good to see your students growing, because you also are a teacher. So I know how it feels like to be a teacher, and then you see one of your child speaking. So not that you are being given credit, because your child is doing very well, your students is doing well, and somewhere he felt like you felt like for her. As a ma, you said, which is a beautiful thing. I would say, if I wish she could hear this and she hears this conversation of yours. And now you said about some gurus also. So what is it exactly? How did they, carve your journey, help you in this journey?
So I think this is for me so important, and I think I've been incredibly lucky to have such amazing teachers, gurus, mentors in my life, and I think I owe so much of it to them, of the way they've nurtured me. They are the gardener, and I'm the probably the flower of that garden. Um, and like I'll give you a small example, right? That we can never understand. A teacher can never make out how far their impact of that person will go, right, of their act will go. And I think I'm a prime example of it. Like when I was a small child, I think till 7th standard I never got more than 42 in mathematics. It was my one biggest challenge, and I think I'm pretty sure my teachers just made me pass and give me 40, 40, 40. And I'm very sure about that. But something changed in eighth, right? Some of this personal thing, like it really affected me to see that, my friends doing so well, and I've like, yaar, ek subject ke karan piche reh jana. And I really made it a point that, I'm not going to do anything else. And I think this has been the story of my life. When I leave everything and focus on one thing, it kind of grows amazingly. And I said that I don't care what I'm going to score, but I'm not going to score 42 anymore in mathematics. And that was for me 8th standard. And as that 8th standard changed, and I put so much focus, effort, trying new ways around it, I struggled. But again, because of the amount of time I put, and the willingness which I put to it, for the first time in my life I scored like an 81 or 82, right? And that was a turning point for me, that math is no longer my pulling down point. It's actually my raising up point. It was the one subject where I realized that I can actually score 7%, right? In 10th standard, once there was an incident where all of us were trying to solve one problem, and even the teacher got stuck. And when I started looking mathematics, the one thing which changed was I started looking at it as a puzzle, not as a problem. And I really think that the schools need to start changing the word from mathematics problem number so to mathematics puzzle number so. Even that one word makes so much difference.
Wow.
So जब मैंने इसको puzzle की तरफ देखना, right, I started realizing, and I thought that, okay, maybe ma'am, there is a way, right? What if we try this way? And I told that to my teacher, that ma'am, I think this is the way. And out of like sheer stunning, when everyone was stuck, ma'am said, wow, this is actually the answer. And I remember that this was much earlier in the year, and we kind of went across. It was very pleasant, very encouraging, and everything around that. And during our, I think, second preparatory, when her whole point was to kind of prep us up before the final exams, she made an announcement in class saying that I truly believe that all of you are going to do great, but I believe two children in this class have a very strong possibility that they can score 10%. Now, the first name was of a girl who actually scored 10%, right? But the second was of a boy who had never scored more than 80. And there were at least 7 or 8 of them more who had actually scored consistently 90 and 95s. And for some reason, she said, I don't know for what. But when she said this, remember, she didn't tell me what I was, but she told me what I could be. And that inspired me, that encouraged me. And I said that, वाओ मैम, आपने मुझ पे उतना विश्वास किया जितना मैंने अपने आप पे नहीं किया, और ये बहुत बड़ी बात थी. विश्वास इतनी बड़ी लाइफ में एक 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 घटना है जो घटती है किसी के साथ में, एंड दैट ट्रस्ट मेड मी से दैट एनी सब्जेक्ट एनीथिंग चलेगा, मैथ में एनीथिंग बिलो 100 नहीं चलेगा. एंड तो आई डिडंट गेट 100, but I got 97, which is the second highest. For me, that changed so much. That perspective gave me so much confidence to fix that. If I can fix this one thing, I can fix anything. I can fix other things the way I fix this. And so what happened after that, 11th, 12th, I don't think I've ever scored below 95, 97, 98 in maths ever after that. And for me, that is so important. This is one teacher who came up to me and said that I believe you. And for me, that is such a beautiful thing which a teacher did. And ये तो एक टीचर की बात है. अब मैं अपने गुरु की अगर बात करूं, then I have a thing that when you are ready, the guru appears. And in my life it happened, right? I was in college, never saying that, okay, hey guru, come to me. It's when my mind was ready for it, when my mind was in so much turmoil. College life, I was a science student who had now seen that I can't be a doctor, so I had to choose a second alternative field, so very low in life and everything. And that's when I met him. And when I met him, that relationship slowly but surely built. He explained things to me. He was so positive in his being, never tried to teach me. I think the best teachers in life never try to teach you. They just be. They be the teaching. तो जो खुद टीचिंग बने और टीचर नहीं बने, मुझे लगता है बेस्ट टीचर वो. So it's a little different reverse way of
Yeah.
seeing it, right? And uh, and this happened in my life that when after a few years of knowing him, I always kind of asked him that, what do I do, Guruji? Like which direction do I go in and stuff. The only surprising thing he used to tell me was that you get married. I'm asking him about my career, and he's telling me to get married, about marital, and he's like, it's okay. And this happened 4 5 times. It's very difficult to get to meet him because there's so many people over there. But over a period of a year or so, I kept on asking him, what do I do? Get married, everything will happen. And so it, eventually a period of time, like, okay, I have to take this call. And after this whole 3 months ka period, I took a call that, okay, I'm going to start something invalid. I start this process. And one day, after maybe I think 1.5 years of the entire journey, when I met him, when I got my first school, and I said that, okay, Guruji, I've started this. I'm still willing to do anything else if you see me better doing it. And he just simply smiles at me and he says that, remember, I always told you that your guru is always with you, right? And I told you to get married. And I realized after the event, he's like, I wanted you to start this, and you have started it, but you did it by yourself. He told me always, God works with you, not for you. A teacher works with you, not for you. Your parents work with you, not for you. वो आपके नौकर नहीं है. You have to find it within yourself, and they will support you. And that's what happened. And after a few years, I realized that the first school who said yes to me, to my program, and gave me this entry and to work over years, was purely because that person was a friend of the brother of my wife. If she would have not come into my life, I wouldn't have met her brother. Her brother would have not introduced me to this school. And I had struggled with so many schools with that. So these are, and we can say that maybe I would have got some other school. Yes, maybe I would have. But I choose to believe that, there was a reason behind it. I choose to believe that a true guru in your life, when you find them, never ever leave them. And in fact, a true guru will never let you leave them also. आप भले उनको छोड़ के चले, वो आपको कभी नहीं छोड़ेंगे. Whenever you find such a guru, never ever forget that, right? And remember that you can see 60, you can see this much, they can see 360. So never ever think that, I don't connect anymore. No, a connection is of a lifelong. Just because you can't see little ahead, what looks like the end of the road is actually a bend in the road, and they can see much beyond that. And this is the reason why I truly believe that, our teachers are always going to be there. जो तुम्हारे लिए सही है, तुमसे करवाए, that is the guru to follow in life, because they will build capacity in you, they will build capability in you. And that is the way of rising upwards, right? If someone just puts you on your palm and takes you up, then you are not rising, they are making you rise. But when they make your ability to grow in size, then you're touching the sky, because something inside changed and you deserve that success. So जो आपको deserving बनाए, I think that's a true guru and to have. And I found someone like that, and I highly encourage you to do that. And find such a guru and try, and don't go by the conventional name of a guru, which is a sadhu or a topi or whatever. No, a guru can be in a friend, in a mentor, in a school teacher, in a college teacher, in a parent, anywhere. But forget about you finding a guru. You focus on being the perfect student. आप अर्जुन बनो, कृष्ण मिल जाएंगे. So the focus has to be on that. And I really believe that that's going to change the way you think in life, and it's going to accelerate things for you. And I mean, whoever's listening to this, I hope you get a few answers to your questions as well.
Bayanka, I mean, I was like so much, I was lost hearing you because I was too much absorbed in getting certain beautiful lessons. I was, thinking what to say next, because I thought Pele, I'll be speaking about belief. Your point was very so strong point you said, because that belief in you of your teacher, change your life. I think it's kind of, I would say it's like a kind of injection which is, you are as a teacher unknowingly you are giving to a student. When you tell a student that you believe in the student, a kind of self confidence, self worth you are giving to the student, a teacher might not be realizing. I think all the teachers who are hearing, they're doing a wonderful job if you're doing this thing, and if you're honestly doing that thing, because this is the result. Mayank is one of the result. I think lot many people might have experienced. I have experienced that thing. I remember my case now. I remember in class 6 till 6 I was an average student, but just because one teacher came who was very good at teaching maths, I was an average student. And in bio also, she became our science teacher also. She was good at both subjects, and I taught both the subjects. I remember that, just because of the teacher, and she said, you all people have a lot of potential. She never used to demotivate us, and those words, I think, just those words always, appreciating, inspiring, changes a lot of things. Because I have experienced that thing. I think every child might have experienced that thing. So this is one beautiful thing. Belief is very strong thing. Either it comes from teacher, parents, or anybody. For a child or for anybody, I would say, is a very makes a huge difference in the life. And the second part, no, I why I was lost in between, because when you were telling, our vision might be like this, but somebody who's more aligned, who knows, a guru वो है जो कि आपका हाथ पकड़ के आपको चलाए नहीं, आपका हाथ पकड़ के आपको छोड़ भी तब तक है जब तक कि आप खुद गिर के सीखो नहीं. He is there, but he'll not let you know that he's there. He wants you to do it on your own. That is so very true, because you're not spoon feeding a person. You want the person to be independent and do it for yourself. That is kind of a thing, because that's really beautiful. I think a good guru, a teacher, and you're blessed, I would say, Amayank, in that case, if you have such a teachers in your life. So am I would say. Even I have teachers in my life. So I can relate to this very beautifully. So I think that's a spiritual connection when it comes, when you can understand a lot of values you're talking about, these things comes to you. And so how do you feel like now, because you have such mentors, coaches, gurus in your life? Hannah, how that has helped you in shaping you, because you as a person at a very young age, I would say, very young age, you have come a long way in terms of, again, I say not in terms of success as we've seen, but inner journey of yours has been beautiful. So how would you say spirituality has helped you in shaping you and your career?
I, th- I think that, what spirituality does and what all these things do to you is that it helps you see things for what they are. And I really believe that spirituality is a science of truth. कि जो जैसा है आप उसको वैसा समझे. That is what it does. So there is no good or bad child. There is no good parent, bad parent. There is parent. There is child. There is world. There is दुनिया. There is society. Society है. Good bad का notion हमेशा इंसान बनाता है. हमेशा आपका दिमाग लगाता है. And spirituality basically clears that up. So for me, it did that, which means that after getting introduced to spirituality of a guru or whatever it is, right? It isn't that मेरी लाइफ में मुश्किलें कम हुई है. मुझे लगता है कि मुश्किलें तो उतनी ही या ज्यादा ही हुई है, पर मुश्किलों को सामना करने के समय या फेल होने के टाइम जो दुख होता है वो डेफिनेटली बहुत कम हो गया. Right? Because you now have accepted winning and losing as a part of the same thing. It's two sides of the same coin, right? That if you're going to fall, you'll fall with grace. Spirituality taught me that. If you're going to rise, you're going to rise with grace. Spirituality taught me that. It makes me understand both how to be engaged with something, connected with something, but not attached to something. मुझे लगता है हमारे कल्चर की बहुत बड़ी सीख है ये डिटैचमेंट. व्हाई? Not because it doesn't want you to be connected with people, not because it doesn't want you to enjoy life, it because it does not want you to incur pain of the future by doing things now. राइट? तो ये जो होने वाला है आपको अभी बता देगा, ये रास्ते पे चलोगे तो ये होने वाला है, तो अभी आप चूज कर लो. I think it's a very empowering feeling of going about it, and that's what I feel, right? That it helped me understand the truth the way it is, and every day I understand a higher level of truth, a deeper level of truth, and both at the same time. So higher and deeper can both happen at the same time, and that's what it does for me, and that's what it has done for me. And when you do that, right, I think one thing which has happened is I've always focused on this word of being balanced and being authentic. Now I know the importance of being a son also, and how to be a husband also, employer also, and a follower also. कि अब मैं घर का काम करूं, बाहर का करूं, दुनिया का काम करूं, ये तीनों चीज में सब में संतुलन कैसे लाना, right? I think that's what it teaches, and it's a very beautiful thing because we do play all of these roles, and ये सीखना बहुत जरूरी है, and that's what it did for me. And the list kind of goes on and on with this, but it kind of gives you beautiful inner peace, tranquility, and not the peace of the outside. I think the peace of the inside. This comes from the whole journey of spirituality. And it isn't, as I told you, for me, my definition of spirituality is not sitting in a temple alone. It is so much beyond that. If you yourself can become temple, that's a beautiful thing, कि लोग जब आपको देखे, वो एक तरीके से दर्शन कर रहे हैं of the best form of humanity. Isn't that the most amazing thing you can be? तो आप मंदिर जाओ मत, आप खुद मंदिर बन जाओ ना, आप भगवान के पास में जाओ, आप भग्यता बन जाओ, right? So I don't say I want to be God, but I want to be very close image of it, the second best thing to it, that the best form of a human being. So let's focus.
Mayank, talking to you is today, I feel like अंदर से एक eternal happiness जो मुझे feeling हो रही है, because why I'm telling you, Mayank, because you are like a younger brother. If I talk about an age, you're very young, and I'm so happy today, talking to a person who has so much knowledge, so much clarity at this age. And you were really correct, because even I do coachings of people, and I just tell them कि अगर जिस दिन आपको ना जो सिचुएशन है लाइफ की, स्पिरिचुअलिटी में कभी नहीं कहा जाता कि चैलेंजेस नहीं है, पर उस चैलेंज को आपको फेस करना स्टेबिलिटी से, वो जो समता भाव होता है ना, वो जब आ जाएगा ना, things will change. Things will change. And such a you have that knowledge, and that is why you've come a long way. And I'm feeling so happy. पता नहीं क्यों, I'm feeling so happy for you, and I'm so feeling so happy because people who will be listening to this, एक young लड़का, Mayank, who can do this. And I'm coming to that part also, your TEDx, first TEDx also. I was, when I heard your story, I was like, wow, man, that was the age when सब बच्चे इतना, they are like in a different world, definitely that young age, but you were doing something different. So Mayank, I'm coming to you for the first TEDx talk, which you did at the age of 21 or 22, I believe. So why, because what was the reason being there? What made you do that thing?
So fortunately, I think there's both luck also in it, and also the kind of work which you do. And I think it's a good learning from this. I'll share that with you. So my first TEDx talk was about the work which this social venture which I had in college, UI Ignited Minds, which runs even today after almost 12, 13 years of being a platform for young people to practice social service. So all of this is the reason why I got to share this. We were rated amongst the top 100 social change makers in Asia. We had a model which ran on 3 rupees a day, and we were helping almost about 100. We helped almost about 150,000 people then. Today it's about 300,000. And all of this was run by students themselves, and it was a structure by itself. So when we were in college, there were 3 years of college. The third year used to recruit second year, second the first year, and then we used to keep on going. So all of us learned ourselves, and we also trained others. So for this beautiful model which we had developed, I was invited to talk about this. Now, very interesting thing was, I was always invited to this TEDx talk I think as a backup speaker. So which means that I had a slot of speaking, but I wasn't supposed to be featured on the main TEDx panel. This was always, that's the reason there was no poster or anything like that. But then life has its own way, right? And for some reason they realized that either one of the speakers was missing, or they had one more additional slot, something of those lines happened. And they said that, you know what, we liked what you said, we believe in what you said, and we're going to add you to the main panel. And that's how my first TEDx thing happened. And surprisingly, it's like this: success begets more success. So when you're successful in smaller things, you get an opportunity to a big thing. अगर आप एक जॉब को अच्छा करते हो तो प्रमोशन मिलता है, उसको अच्छा करते हो तो वापस प्रमोशन मिलता है, बड़ी चीजें करने के लिए मौका मिलता है. And the same thing happened to me. One TEDx led to the second TEDx, and second TEDx led to more and more things after that. So, but one thing which I really want you to take out from it wasn't that I was lucky alone. I was lucky, I was fortunate, but it wasn't that. It was also because I was able to put myself in the right place at the right time, because I put an effort much before that time. To put yourself in the best place to take benefit of an opportunity, to be prepared, to be planned, to be ready, patient, all of these things, this effort is what you can do. What happens in life, isme itne sare factors hai. That is under not your control. But what is under your control is to put yourself in the best position, to prepare your best. And when the moment comes, you should be able to hit it out of the park. And for me, that is how my first experience of TEDx happened, and that only like led to the second, to the third, to the fourth. And it really happened at that time, at least this whole tag of TEDx speaker was a big thing, that अरे, मतलब कुछ तो material होगा कि इनको वहां पर invitation मिला and stuff. But I mean, I knew the story that मैं तो backup था. But then, life worked in such a way that it happened, and then that gave me more and more opportunity, and I just went on ahead and ahead with it. Sometimes if you get an award which you think that you don't deserve, don't think any less of yourself. Simply say to yourself that abhi award pehle mila hai, to ab iske deserving banna hai. So when you look at it that way, then that award also is justified, and your effort of growing also becomes justified. कभी कभार आपको मेहनत और डिजर्विंग बनने के बाद अवार्ड मिलता है, कभी कभार अवार्ड पहले मिल जाता है और आपको पता है अंदर से कि भैया यार आई डोंट थिंक आई एम द बेस्ट कैंडिडेट फॉर दिस. बट डोंट नकारो मत, ये लाइफ आपके सामने आ रही है. सो यू फोकस नाउ एंड से कि इसके मैं डिजर्विंग बन जाऊं. And that's how I kind of moved ahead. So that was my first TEDx experience.
No, but that's really interesting story, I would say. What story, you have lived it. This was really nice. This is really nice. And what about your second TEDx, which you recently did 3 years back?
So that definitely happened again. So sometimes you have luck and sometimes you have pure work, right? So that again happened because of the kind of work which we did, because of the kind of uniqueness of our work, and again it also happened because of reference, right? And TEDx is the kind of thing where you can't apply. There's no form to fill and say that okay, I want to be a TEDx speaker. The organizer has to see your story. Someone has to talk about you. Someone has to recommend you, refer you. Someone in that team has to observe and see that you have something. You have an idea which is worth inspiring, which is the whole concept of TED. And fortunately, like what you mentioned in the beginning, the work which we are doing of building a temple in a school without an idol, बिना भगवान का मंदिर बनाना was a crazy idea. Which school would ever allow for that? And I actually said that if there can be computer labs in schools, if there can be science labs in schools, if there can be language labs in schools, तो अच्छा इंसान बनने का लैब तो होना ही चाहिए. ऐसा जगह होना चाहिए जहाँ पे रिसर्च हो, जहाँ पे बच्चे आए और सीखे हाउ टू बी अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग. बिकॉज दैट्स वन थिंग एवरी पर्सन विल एवर टेल, दैट यस आई वांट माय चाइल्ड टू बी अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग फर्स्ट एंड देन अ गुड स्टूडेंट लेटर. पर उसके लिए डेडिकेटेड जगह हो तो फिर तभी होगा. And what you give focus to is what grows. And I kind of pitched this idea to many places. I know that I didn't get a lot of yeses. Many people said, okay, Mayank, no, yeah, I mean, we're not going to be the one to bell the cat. But I know that I just needed one person to say yes. And again, same way, life sends you those angels when you need it. मेरी स्कूल की टीचर जो अब दूसरे स्कूल में टीचर एक प्रिंसिपल थी, she said that Mayank, I believe in you. मुझे तुझ पे विश्वास है कि तू अच्छा काम ही करेगा, चल तेरे को एक क्लास दिया. And that's how I made my first lab. And वो lab जब बना, people heard about it, people read about it, they got interested, and someone who had read that article which came in Bangalore Times, Bangalore Mirror, they said that this sounds interesting. We want you to share this idea with the world. Does this exist anywhere? I'm like, it doesn't. Like we are the first ones in the world who have designed a values lab, a values temple, a temple of self-reflection. And that's how this went. And they said that how do we build character in children? And then I gave my TEDx of this entire talk, and I mean, things went ahead from there. Now 4 people more ask me. So today we've made about, I think, 7 labs, and we're making more and more every single year.
Okay. Mayank, I mean, no, this was really beautiful because I was, each time you're speaking, what I feel like, your words have a lot of clarity. I mean, there are times when people speak, maybe it comes not naturally, but your connect is sounding so natural. It is as if, kuch bhi banavati sa nahi hai. It's coming out very something which you have not prepared and something which you're living. That is what I can feel right now when you're speaking to me. And this is what is giving a lot of energy and vibes to me also. I can connect that thing, and that's what I really found beautiful in you. Now I can say why you are a magnet, why children, everybody, teachers and all comes, because I think that kind of aura automatically comes when you're living so much aligned ethically, integrity, and with your all those things comes in alignment, and you are very much clear what exactly not you want in your life, how you want to be in your life. And that was really beautiful, Mayank. I mean, I have no words. Uh, Now I can ask you one question, because Valid, beautiful organization, value education, as you say. What is the vision for value education, Valid, for you right now? Because now, what's your vision? You can share, because viewers would like to know what Valid is all about.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I always tend to use the word purpose because I feel that it connects more that what's the reason of our being? Why do we exist, right? And one thing is, what do we want to achieve as a vision? Where do we see ourselves in the future? And I believe that as our mindset evolves, our vision also changes. But our purpose is something which is something which gives us a lot of grounded meaning. So for me, it's very simple that Valid exists to transform education and learning uh, through values, life skills, social emotional learning, culture. Uh, and we essentially want to do this for children, for parents, for teachers, for everyone, right? And we want to do this in our lifetimes. This is not a dream. A goal without a deadline is a dream. We want to do this in our lifetimes. We want to do this in 2050 itself, right? That we transform and we transform education and learning in our country, in the world, with the power of values, life skills, and culture. We do this for everyone, and we change the way society views itself, and we help children and we help people be the best version of themselves. So for me, that's the whole core of what we are working upon. And three words which again really is the core of a sense that, when we say we want to transform learning, how do we want to transform it? What do we want to bring in? So if we bring righteousness, goodness, and empowerment, this is basically achai sachai no chai. For me, these three are the reasons why we exist, that to bring righteousness in people, goodness in people, and empowerment in people. क्योंकि उनको बढ़ना भी है, अच्छा भी बनना है, और मुझे लगता है कि सही भी बनना है. So when all three things come together, I think that's when, success, beauty, joy, and of a nature which doesn't just benefit them, but it benefits everyone around them. So this is, for me, the vision of Valid, which I work towards, the purpose of Valid, why we live with, and what we've been working on every single day.
Nice one. So I have one question that may sound funny, but I have noticed why Valid is only women educators. I've never seen a man.
Well, to be honest, I think it's very market driven, right? In the sense that we tend to have very natural, availability, right, of women in this field of education. 90% of all educators in our country are women. Probably in the world, it's one of the dominated ones, right? They have the ability of being able to manage their homes, schools. At the same time, schooling as an industry, as an education, as an industry, provides you for long-term breaks, almost about 3 months a year. And then the 9 months are something which they dedicatively work towards. Not that the 3 months are off for them. It's just that, physically you're not in a space. uh, and the other reason was that in the subject that we kind of teach, right, the model that we have built, we really feel that women are amazing connects, right? uh, because you have to teach with love, and you have to teach with conviction, right? And a person who has gone through that is probably someone who's going to be the best person to even talk you through it, right? There's conviction when a mother says what discrimination feels like. There's conviction when a woman says what inequality feels like. There's this conviction when a mother says what true unconditional love feels like, because she goes through this emotion at some point or the other in her life. And I truly believe that while everyone can be great educators, naturally, I think women have an advantage. And there's
And
nothing
when it
wrong in
comes
that.
to your children, you will act both as a mother and father, I'm sure.
100%. मुझे लगता है वो feminine qualities and masculine qualities दोनों का balance होना, as I told you, for me life is all about balance. Having those two things together is an amazing thing. And it's a very joyous kind of an atmosphere. But I always encourage, I always still say that, if any men out over there who says that, I would love to teach children, I would love to give devoted time for this, even if it's a little bit, please do so. Please do so, right? Because I at the end see that this is a soul trying to help another soul, and the soul can be in a male body, female body, it doesn't matter, right? Till you have the right intentions, till you have the right commitment for it, right? You embody love within you, you embody say intelligence and awareness within you, and you're trying to give that to the other person. That's a teacher. That's it, right? So I mean, yeah.
So give it a chance today. If I'm asking you to, Mayank, just look back in your life and see, reflect, how far you have come. So what kind of feeling you have? Take a minute.
Well, Yeah, yeah. I mean, this comes such a long way. And I always think that, at the end, I'm about 30, 31 years old. Long way to go, right? Agar 31 years mein itni sari cheezein hui hai, I only look forward, right? I have enjoyed every phase of my life so far. And again, the reason why I've enjoyed it because of the perspectives that have been given to it. मुश्किलें कम नहीं थी, but देखने का नजरिया ऐसा था कि मुश्किलें दर्दनाक नहीं लगी, right? And I look forward to the next 30 years of like 40 or 50 years, how much ever I'm going to live. To live life with happiness, right, is my everyday's objective. And when I reflect back and I ask myself, have I lived my life with fullness, with authenticness, with those values which I embody? And if the answer is yes, I both sleep well and I look forward to the next day. And fortunately, I've been doing that for a good amount of time. Um, and as I told you, for me, that's the biggest reflection, right? I look for the fact that has my life been a go-getter or a go-giver, right? And I always hope that I can be both in life, कि मैं succeed भी करूं और किसी और को भी successful होने के लिए support करूं. For me, that's what my reflection has been, and it's been amazingly joyful.
Yeah, and that justifies a quote like, um, how far you go. It depends, if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go along with people. That
Yeah.
is so true. Yeah, that is justified in this whole, Valad justifies that thing because, Mayank, if I ask you if you have to share some life lessons because you're just 31 and a lot of youth I wanted basically, Mayank, you are going to be, I'm not saying others are not there, but you are one of the role models, definitely, which people are looking. You don't know, but yeah, people are looking up to you because you have your organization where varied educators are there. I'm sure a lot of educators are also looking up to Mayank. Wow, he has something to give it to us because the conviction with which you give and the clarity and the concept, everybody is like taken aback. This is something wonderful. We were not knowing how to give it, and you are giving it already. So, what life lessons of yours, although there are a lot many, I believe, would you like to share with the youth and the rest of the people who are watching?
Well, honestly, I mean, there's so, again, as you said, there's so much to share, and I'm probably just going to point out some of the ones which come to my mind, which hopefully will connect with some people. I really believe that my life has taught me that live life with life, right? Uh, Never get like failure is never final and success is never final either, right? There's always going to be phases, ups and downs. So बी जॉयस एंड ग्रेसफुल इन बोथ. जब हारो तो ये मत सोचना कि कभी जीत नहीं सकते, और अभी जीत गए तो कभी ये मत सोचना कि हार नहीं सकते. इट्स ओके, बी एक्सेप्ट इट. एंड इनफैक्ट फेलियर इज सक्सेस डिलेड एंड सक्सेस इज फेलियर डिलेड. दोनों होता ही है. So for me, taking life with that balance and grace is very, very important. But keep your focus on the long term, and you can kind of sail through. Another thing I really have learned is, as I told you in the earlier, that give yourself the best chance to succeed in life. Don't worry about the things which are not under your control, government, society, this, that, whatever. Don't worry too much about it. But in whatever is under your control, you be the best version of yourself. Be prepared for the moment when life can change for you. But if you're not prepared, even if opportunity comes, you won't be able to do anything with it. So be energetic, be careful, be quick, be responsive, be planned, be prepared, be all of these things. And when the moment comes, you know that you're ready to and that's the turning point of your life. And there'll be many like that. Remember that always be humble in life, because I mean, you might have success for some amount of time, but you won't know why you're having success. Bahut, but I truly believe that your success is linked to something else and someone else in life because of which you are successful. But we think that it's us who's successful. So always be humble that no one is successful just by themselves. There's so many other factors around it. Always remember that live life on your terms, right? It's okay to disagree with people. It's okay to not agree. If I would have taken the advice of every teacher, the values lab would have never come up. Absolutely never. It's because I was willing to disagree and say that हो सकता है मंदिर बन सकता है स्कूल के अंदर, अलग मंदिर बन सकता है, मैं बना के रहूंगा, मुझे सिर्फ एक जन का साथ चाहिए. That's it, right? I just had to have the resilience to knock on 100, 200 doors, and it would then happen, and it did, right? It's after you do it, then they say, and as they said, that first they'll laugh on you, then they will question you, then they will be angry with you, and then they will accept and follow you. And probably the fifth one is then they will praise you also. I mean, all those things happen with you. But then being true to yourself, like कभी भी किसी के आंखों में गिरो, अपने आंख में नहीं करने का. Because your heart and your eyes know तुम्हारा intention क्या था, तुम्हारा action क्या था. And always be true to yourself. कोई भी sorry और thank you बोल के आज तक life में गिरा नहीं है. So sometimes proactively बोलना है तो बोल देने का. Don't worry about it, right? Because your izzat and respect is not because of the clothes you wear, the house you have, the car you have, but it is because of how you make people feel. It is because of the kind of words you did, the intention which you have. God judges intention, man judges action. So choose at which level you want to be up there. So always try to become deserving in life, not just desiring in life. दोनों बनो, मैं तो बोलता हूँ, right? Deserving बनो, desiring भी बनो. Be always grateful for stuff which you have. Be empathetic and be patient. Life is not a race; it's a marathon. Run long enough, you will win it. Play long enough the game of cricket. एंड में कवर अप सब कर सकते हैं, सब हो सकता है. एट द एंड क्या होगा वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बट उसके लिए डोंट टेक लाइक कि आज ये हो गया वो हो गया, विच मीन दैट पूरा स्टोरी खत्म. नहीं, अभी स्टोरी बाकी है, पिक्चर बाकी है, दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग, राइट? सो बिलीव इन दैट एंड बी जॉयफुल. इट्स ओके. लाइक पुट वेरी हाई वैल्यू ऑन योर टीयर्स. मैं हमेशा किसी को बोलता हूँ कि मैं रोऊंगा सिर्फ उसी चीजों के लिए जो मैं सच्ची में बोल सकता हूँ कि इतनी बड़ी चीज हुई लाइफ में. While they say that it's okay to cry, while they say it's okay to express, मैं मानता हूँ 100%. बट मैं कहता हूँ कि अपने टीयर्स पे इतना हाई वैल्यू दे लो कि सच्ची में लाइफ में बहुत कुछ बड़ा हो, तभी आंख से एक आंसू टपके. सो दैट मेक्स यू स्ट्रॉन्ग, दैट मेक्स यू से दैट नहीं, बहुत बड़ी हाई वैल्यू मेरे लिए चीजों के लिए. एंड आई थिंक जस्ट सी हाउ थिंग्स ग्रोस. एंड देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड विजडम, देयर इज ऑलवेज कॉल्ड माय विजडम एंड योर विजडम. तो हर किसी का जर्नी अपना है. आप सबको लेके चलिए, सबको साथ में लेके चलिए, चलते चलिए. And I hope some of these things help with whatever it is.
Mayank, I tell you what, I was thinking something, when you said कि first thing, कि अकेले नहीं सक्सेसफुल होना है तो दूसरों को भी उठाओ, which is good. And now in your, you're sharing this thing, I was just thinking about one thing. Mayank means moon, right? Your name means moon. So I have to end this session not saying, I really want to end this session by that we shine together, like the moon and stars in the sky. This goes for Mayank, because you never think of moon as shining, we shine together like moon and stars in the sky. This goes for you, Mayank, because this is so beautiful. And the words when you were saying your lessons and learnings, I really wish this inspired people. That's the only motive of Simple Life is. And I think I am blessed to get connected to people like you. And almost at one point of time, I was feeling like, when you said life is not a race, it's not a marathon, that's so very true. And people hardly realize it. And I'm not talking about everybody, but mostly, unfortunately, are living life like in a rat race. Especially I'm talking about youth also. So that comes so gracefully from you. And I think that was one point which really changed my life when I started taking life not as a marathon, as a race. And that's where I always tell people I always had efforts in manifesting in my life. And if they really realize the importance of what you just said, and the words was coming like it's someone saying all those lessons, I would say it was coming from a sage. I was just listening, and I didn't want to stop you or interrupt you anywhere, although I felt like, this is really good point, I'll catch on. So I'm ending this session here, but before that, I would like people and viewers who are watching this, these are the beautiful words which comes from a youth who's just 31 years of age. Mayank, do visit his valid education, what he's doing. I'll be posting the link also here in the YouTube channel of mine, so that if you would like to see what Mayank is doing, because I think he's doing a great work. And the parents who are looking for it, or the children, and teachers, everybody, it's as it is for everyone. Please do drop in and check in about his all the program that he runs for his organization for the people. So thank you, Mayank, for being with Simple Life. It was really great having you here.
Thank you so much, Leena, and wishing Simple Life and you all the best. And may your transformation and awakening reach millions of people across the world. I thank you for having me.
I would like to mention something about before I'm going, finally signing off. I love the way when I accosted Mayank, Mayank, this is what my, intention is. Would you like to do an interview with us? So Mayank was the one who told me, Leena, if that helps you in your purpose, I mean, is it going to support? If my interview is going to help you, then I definitely, I mean, I really was touched that day, because I felt like very nicely, he said, because again, his intention was not he getting interviewed or getting any publicity or something. But what he said, if that helps you, definitely I am on. So thank you, Mayank. Thank you so much.
Thank
God
you so
bless
much.
you. Yeah.
Pleasure. Bye bye.
Bye.